if I can get this sorted.
Oh, wait, they say now they can.
Now we can. That's so
Now they
exciting.
can.
Okay.
Now they can. Okay,
There
sorry.
we go.
So,
It just
so
took a minute. Take
I'm
two.
good. Yeah.
cool.
So everyone's here the spirits are here to get to hunt a human and bring them to a goddess. I'll do the fancy bit after we do introductions. So Flame, we're gonna start with you.
We're doing name, character, pronoun. That was it.
Name, your pronouns, character that you're playing, and their pronoun.
Hey, I'm Liz. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Flame tonight. Pronouns are they, them.
Hunger.
Hello, I'm Momo. I use the she, they pronouns, and I'll be playing Hunger, which uses any pronouns.
Hold.
Hello, I am Farah, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Cold, whose pronouns are they, them.
And Fear.
Hello, everybody. I am Diana D'Amico, and tonight I will be playing Fear. My pronouns are she, her, and Fear's pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Paula. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be facilitating this game.
Woo!
Yay! We did it. This
Game's
game
over. Time to go.
Yeah, that's all I have prepped. I'm sorry.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today.
So this game was written by Stephen Dewey, the creator of 10 Candles, a game you might have heard of. So while not as dark as its counterpart, this game does have some darker themes. So we are using a robust set of safety tools at this table. So please, viewer, use your primary safety tool when you need to and walk away if you have to. But without further ado, let's jump into it. The winter has come and you live to serve. Yuki Onna hungers and has called upon you, her spirits of the snow, to gather sustenance for her. She has summoned forth a terrible storm and cast you out within it to hunt, harry, and capture a lone wandering mortal who has become lost in the winter woods and swirling blizzard. Your task is plain: to gather up this strayed soul and bring them before her icebound throne, alive, to be drained and feasted upon by your ineffable and voracious mistress, as all will inevitably be. Yuki Onna is the goddess of the winter solstice winds. It is said by those mortals who have claimed to see her that she appears on snowy nights as a tall, ethereal, and entrancing woman with long black hair and faint blue lips. Her skin is pale, inhumanly so, and at times she stands nearly transparent. She is often garbed in a wintry white kimono and leaves no footprints in the snow. None have seen her feed but her victims. Those wanderers unlucky enough to lose their way in the swirling blizzard are found as pale and blue and icebound as she is said to be. Her winter woods are abandoned, save for foolhardy beasts and obedient foliage. Though no mortal makes their home within her forest, they sometimes travel through her. I'm doing great. Travel through her trees is far from rare, since many villages border her domain and humans are far from wise. Here we will tell the tale of vicious snow spirits, proud and favored flame, unrelenting hunger, bitter and bloodthirsty cold, and fear, worthless, forgotten, and insignificant. They serve and worship and revere their icy mistress, and they know of no contrary existence. They are tricky and cruel and revel in the capture and consumption of humans lost in their lady's winter winds. They are not kind, not even to each other. These spirits are competitive, boastful, and arrogant little braggarts who mock and threaten and manipulate their fellows. But of course, despite their torturous games, callous jests, and harsh belittlements, they all serve Yuki Onna, and not one of them would let their vicious competition stand in the way of success. So be warned, names may be called and such, and shall be well deserved, as small and foolish little spirits like these are worthless little things. Even I may comment on their incompetence, but please remember that this is and should ever be and should always be in good fun. Yuki Onna is said to take many forms, and her spirits too are strange and shifting and unbound things. Some will say they are nothing more than the icy chill of a deadly winter storm, their knives only exposure, and their incantations merely frostbite or frozen breath. And yet others will claim that they are true and wicked beings, tireless in their pursuit, wielding a merciless intellect as sharp as their blades. The truth of things, well, that is yours to discover. This is a story told in questions. I will ask them and the players will answer them. Through this process, we will tell the tale of a hunt. When the true hunt begins, I will be the only one to ask questions, but first we must learn about each other. As such, I will permit you to ask each other questions, but do not get used to it. Let's begin. Flame. You are the only fire burning in Yuki Ona's forest, ice blue and eternal. She often keeps you near. You are her favorite, of course. Answer these questions and any others the spirits ask of you. Your first question. Yuki Onna has captured your heart. Where does she hide it away for safekeeping?
Yuki Onna has captured my heart, and in a mortar and pestle, ground it so fine and scattered it along the edge of a matchbook where she keeps it on a strike pad.
Excellent. Where does she keep you in her icebound castle? Where does she like to look upon the dance of your sapphire flame?
Yuki Onna likes to keep me hidden in plain sight. Outside of her dressing chambers, outside of her bedroom, her chambers, her favored place are two antique lanterns, heavy, ornate, and it's in there that I share between them two separate apartments.
Yuki Onna consumes every thought in your mind. She feasts on them. Yet she still hungers. Why have your thoughts failed to satiate her?
I think it's my pride. I think the mistress of the winter solstice is eternal. But I think she's only eternal so long as the prey fears and remembers her. I only need a strong wind and a match.
All right. Finally, when will you cease to love her?
I think my love for Yuki Onna could only ever be extinguished if I were truly smothered by the love and affection of someone much stronger that knocked the air right out of me.
Hunger, cold, and fear. You may each ask one more question of Flame. We'll go in favors order. So, Hunger, do you have a question? Anyone can pass if they don't have one.
I'm going to go ahead and pass.
All right. Cold.
Flame, we are opposites. What is our greatest quarrel?
Their greatest quarrel lies in our biggest advantage. There are so many ways to entice the prey, but it's such a fine line between winning and losing. And I think that's where we split hairs. Your way and my way, it's such a fine line between them.
Flame. What happened to make you encourage my fall from favor? What joy did you seek there?
I think I seek the entertainment. I think I seek the spectacle of it. I think that's what I wanted from that.
Flame, as you are her favorite, you may accept Yuki Ona's first and greatest token of favor.
I will do so gladly.
I hope you don't lose it. Hunger. Yuki Onna has granted you a generous gift. She has bestowed upon you the same glorious, undying hunger that she can never escape. Answer these questions and any others the spirits ask of you. Your first question. Which of your fellow spirits did you betray for Yuki Onna to grant you such a rare and envious prize?
Wow. Possibly, I think that that would be fear.
All right. Any more details you want to add, or you want to keep it at that?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Your second question. You hunger unendingly as Yuki Onna does, but your will is weak. Unbeknownst to her, you have found something to slake your hunger and feed your undying appetite. What is it?
It is knowing that her and I both share this hunger that kind of feeds me in a sense and gives me the feeling of, regardless of what favor I may or may not have, I guess in my own mind, knowing that we have that in common gives the sense of something special that the others don't have.
So you feed on the knowledge that she has given you this gift, and only you. I love
Yes.
You have told one of your fellow spirits about your hidden feasting. Who among them were you foolish enough to confide in?
I think foolishly, I confided in fear.
All right. And finally, Yuki Onna whispers secrets to you and no others in her winter winds. What few words can you make out?
A few words that I can make out. Longing and favorite.
All right. Flame, cold, and fear. You may each ask another question of hunger if any questions remain.
Hunger. Do you think that you have much further to go to be Yuki Onna's favorite?
I know that I can go however long it takes. I know the depths of an insatiable hunger, and I think that's a strength in itself.
Hunger. We have often hunted together, for you and I go hand in hand. What was our greatest quarry?
I think our greatest quarry would be sometimes going to hand in hand and maybe being too similar a bit in a way. A feeling of disagreement of which one is worse than the other or stronger than the other.
Hunger. Do I know that you betrayed me?
I think you're suspicious.
All right. Hunger, as you have pleased her, you may accept Yuki Onna's second token of favor. Cold. Yuki Onna has never forgiven you for the human you failed to capture many storms ago. As a fitting punishment, she denies you the treasured warmth of the blizzard's embrace, leaving you shivering in the pale sunlight. Answer these questions and any others the spirits ask of you. Your first question. Did you set the human free, or did you end their life before Yuki Onna could feast upon them?
I ended their life. My touch is subtle, but powerful. Perhaps more powerful than she knows. And sometimes I delight in it a little bit too much.
What was it that the human told you? What was it that they said to you, O foolish spirit, that you allowed this to occur?
As they shivered and they grew tired and quiet, they rejoiced. They loved it. They thought, what a blessing to be gifted with such a cold, such a chill. And I could not help but grant more of what they desired.
Unbeknownst to Yuki Onna, you have been stealing warmth from the blood of your kills. What was the first prey from whom you've siphoned comfort? What had you killed?
As we traveled along the hills and valleys between the trees, I found a patch of snowdrops, delicate, white and green, and their sickly sweet warmth was as honey to a bee.
Finally, which of your many knives is your favorite? What did you craft it of, and how have you named it?
My favorite knife exists out of the wind of winter. She is Wisp. She is light and quick and unforgiving and almost invisible to those it hunts.
Flame, hunger, and fear. You may each ask another question of Cold if any questions remain.
Cold, my opposite. How does it compare, the achievement of your failure to Yuki Onna, to the feeling of her love and affection?
I am a creature of contradictions. As humans fall to my cold, they feel warmth. And it is so with my comfort for Our Lady. My failure bit, but her embrace, despite it all, brought a warmth that I miss too sometimes.
Hunger, any questions?
Cold, what do you believe our quarrel to be?
The nature of your, well, as humans starve, as our prey feels an emptiness, mine simply cease. I am too quick to allow them to engage in your particular gift, and so there is a balance between how quickly I can take them and how slowly you can.
Cold. Why do you show me mercy when the other spirits do nothing but lash out in torment?
I show you mercy because without you, what would there be to collect of these humans and other prey that we follow? What fun would it be if they simply sat and waited for us? Were it not for you, there would be no fun of the hunt and no joy in anything that we do. And so, well, without you, where would we be?
Cold. As she has spurned you, you may accept Yuki Onna's third token of favor. Fear. Yukiona has left a single memory intact when she first stole you away. It is enough to fear her. Answer these questions. The flowers you remember from your village, can you describe them?
They had once been plentiful, beautiful, a sea of white, but not of snow. They littered the hillside and led into the forest gracefully, as most of the paths did then. I remember them withering, almost overnight. That's the image she left me with. A sea of death and nothing else.
Why do you think it is that Yukiona still allows you to dream?
Well, what would fear be without nightmares? There's very little mortal threat I can fear. The only things that can haunt me are the things I make myself.
You have found a way to free your fellow spirits, but at what great personal sacrifice?
I would have to give up the one power which I seem to hold in this place, the one thing that keeps Yukiona in my presence. I would have to give up fear, myself, and I'm scared to find out what I would be without that.
And finally, why do you continue feeding this monster? Are you too weak, Fear, or are you simply a coward?
I could make up excuses and give you reasons. Service of a goddess is nothing to be ashamed about, but the truth is that I am afraid, and rightfully so, of her wrath, of her disfavor, of her sharp, pointy edges.
Fear, you are a sad and pathetic little spirit, and this is not a question, and you deserve none further. Take her token of disfavor and sit quietly. No additional questions will be asked, as there is much yet to be done. While we prepare for the hunt, I think now is a good time to take our break. When we return, the hunt will begin. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Don't be late. Welcome back. The hunt has begun. This is To Serve Her Wintry Hunger, a dark game of winter spirits serving their goddess and hunting a human lost in the blizzard. We are using our own set of safety tools here, so please, viewer, use your primary safety tool when you need to and step away if things get too dark. Let's jump in. In order to succeed in the human's capture, each snow spirit will need to craft and call upon the power of one perfect flake of snow. For the purposes of this game, the snowflakes will be made of paper. To do this, they will be rolling and claiming specific dice and offering help to one another if needed, though this pity can be rejected. As you are trying to prove your independence and your power to the goddess Yuki-onna. Though this is a bit of a competition, all 4 spirits will need to succeed in crafting their snowflake in order for the hunt to be considered a success. If one spirit fails, all is lost. Now that we have begun the hunt, I will ask you to roll your 66 spirits. You are looking to claim a 1 and set it aside. All right. Looks like we have a 1 claimed by fear, cold, and flame. Hunger, did you claim a 1?
Nope, I surely did not, boss.
Does anyone have an extra 1 outside of the one they claimed that they can offer to fear as pity?
Would that I did.
No one? All right. Well, no pity can be offered, so that skips that bit. Those of you that did successfully claim a die, you can set it aside and will not be rolling it any further. And you will answer these questions about the hunt. Hunger, since you have failed this round, you will not be doing anything. When you claim a 1, you will speak of the blizzard, raging. Flame, speak of the howling winds and how they carry you aloft. Did someone teach you to fly, or does the wind owe you a debt?
I've known the wind a minute. It's heavy and it's low in this time of year, and it howls through the wind. It helps lift me as I catch flame off the oxygen, and we ride together, and it's part of a deal we have together, not so much as a debt as it is mutually assured destruction.
Flame, you may make an impressive cut into your snowflake now. Cold. Speak of the snow and how it shifts and twists. What do you say in shout or in whisper to the snowflakes as you charge through them?
The snow, much like myself, is tricky. But when I am cold and warm over time, the snow can be deceptive in the other way. And so I whisper to the snow, I will it to sap the warmth from any prey that we stalk and blind them so that they get a little more lost and a little more ready for us to claim it.
You may make an impressive cut into your snowflake. Fear. Speak of the icy chill of winter and how it claws and cuts into you. Do you embrace the biting cold, or do you flee from it in terror?
As we begin to move through the forest, treading paths that we've trod thousands of times before this, every time it still comes as a shock, the icy shards that seem to pierce me, even though I have no body to speak of. Normally, I would shy away. I would turn and cover my eyes and not dare gaze upon something with such power and force that is looking in my direction. But for the hunt, for that sickly sweet aroma of someone in absolute terror. I will face the chill, and I will relish in those piercing jabs that winter digs into me.
You may make an impressive cut from your snowflake. The blizzard rages on. Everyone may roll again. 5 dice if you've claimed one, and if you have not, then you roll your 6 dice again, looking for the same number. Our 3 other spirits are looking for a 2, rolling 5 dice now. Cold, it looks like you have received your 2. Has anyone else claimed their die? Fear.
I got a 1 finally.
Excellent. And Flame, did you end up claiming anything?
Not this time.
So you were looking for a 2. Does any of the other spirits, it could be any of you, have a 2 that they can offer to Flame?
I can help you, Flame.
So it looks like Hunger has pity to offer to Flame. In this case, a scene is entered into where that can be bartered. Hunger, you come across Flame strangely behind in the hunt, tied up with you as the other 2 soar ahead. What do you say?
Well, this is a bit unusual. Looks like you could use some help.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Or it could be tactical.
Can go further together.
Are you proposing assistance or alliance?
An alliance. I'm happy with my station, and I'm sure you're happy with yours.
Tell you what, Hunger. Why don't you go on ahead without me?
Very well.
I'll catch up.
Seems pity was rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful, spirits. You must all succeed in the hunt for it to be considered a victory. But we will move on, asking the prompts to those who did successfully roll their number. Starting with Hunger, you will speak of the blizzard raging. Speak of how even you, foolish spirit, managed to be turned around by the blizzard swirling. How did you get lost?
Well, went in a bit too overconfident, you could say. And that kind of did it in for me.
You may now make your first impressive cut into your snowflake. Cold, you will speak of the woods, vast. Cold, the forest opens a shortcut before you, and soon your strides cover miles. Do you grant the trees some offer or token of thanks, or do you scorn and curse them as you pass?
I gift them with crowns of ice and crystalline leaves and branches. But as anything that I touch, that gift is also an injury, because with my gift of beauty, they are now brittle and delicate. And if they are not careful, that gift will bite.
You may make your second impressive cut into your snowflake. Fear, you too will speak of the woods, vast. Fear, speak of the deep, frozen roots and the tall, barren canopies above. Do you stick to the game trails in your hunt and sail through the underbrush, Or do you soar through the tall branches?
The forest is stale, stagnant, doesn't change. It's immobile, inflexible, unbearable under most conditions. In truth, I don't really know the path I take to follow my prey. I simply follow the taste of sweat, the sound of hushed whimpers in the cold. Wherever I can hear the fear best, that's where you'll find me.
You may make your second impressive cut into your snowflake. And the blizzard rages on. Everyone may roll their dice pool. Some of you are looking for a 2, and some of you are looking for a 3 to claim. Oh, looks like so many of you were successful. Fear, did you roll a 3? Does anyone... One moment. Flame, did you roll a 2?
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
You may only claim 1 this round.
Fantastic.
But does anyone have, it seems that someone does, a 3 to offer as pity? I'd like to know who has 1 to offer. Hunger, you have 1, and fear, you have 1. Well, of course, we have to go in order of favor. So, Flame, would you like to offer your pity to fear?
I think I would. I think having rejected kindness, it's time to offer kindness.
You come across fear wandering through the woods. How do you approach?
Swiftly, having realized I'm gaining. And if fear wants to catch up, they'll get in step. But it's got to happen quick.
Expect to find you back here.
Caught off guard?
Lost the scent.
Oh no. This way.
You're just going to lead me in the right direction.
I'm headed that way.
This isn't a trick. A ruse.
We're losing time. You want to fall behind even further? Come on.
I'll make my own way.
Suit yourself.
I'd rather not get burned again.
Pity seems to have been rejected, but there's still more to be offered. Hunger, would you like to offer pity to fear?
Yes.
Having witnessed this exchange, you come up not long after. How do you approach?
I approach kind of quietly, and after Flame takes their leave ahead, we can go further together, Fear. I don't blame you for rejecting Flame, but perhaps you want to come along this way with us? I would hate to see you fall behind further.
It's true, you do not hold the same cruelty as Flame does in their... Well, they don't have a heart now, do they? You've always been honest with me, Hunger. as I've helped you keep some of your meager needs fed. If you will help me find the path, then we can forge ahead.
Yes, I'll help you.
Seems that pity was accepted this time. Fear, take a mark of pity at the bottom of the keeper, and you now may mark your 3 as if you had rolled it yourself. Seems that everyone technically rolled, very technically, rolled the right number. But before we move into questions, I must ask, Hunger, since you offered pity and it was accepted, I do give you this option. Would you like to swap tokens of favor with Fear?
I would not.
Excellent. I must provide the option.
I appreciate it.
You could have made it sound more appealing, though.
You could have. It's your cell to make, not mine.
No, it sucks. Not gonna lie, guys.
I'm quite comfortable.
Flame. Having rolled a 2, you will speak of the woods, vast. Flame, speak of the foolhardy beasts and how they mark your passing. Do they join with you in the chase, or do they hide away?
They hide. Typically, they're the first to catch a whiff. But I'm on the hunt. No smoke without. And so they flee. And sometimes they give me away and they give it a head start, but it's never long before I'm able to consume and overwhelm. And gold or no cold, again, just a bit of air to burn. I overcome.
You may make an impressive cut into your snowflake, your second one. Hunger. You were the last to claim your 2. You will also speak of the woods, vast. Hunger, speak of the labyrinth of brush and evergreen that gives Yuki Ona's wood such a dense and wild shape that you almost lost your way. Why have you forgotten her wintry paths?
I suppose I'm forgotten and got lost because perhaps feeling a bit too comfortable in my position, and that complacency tripping me up.
Well,
That complacency maybe making my hunger not strong enough to drive me hungrily forward.
while moving slowly, you are moving nonetheless, so you may make an impressive cut into your snowflake, your second one. But for those of you ahead, Cold, you will speak of the hunt, unceasing. Cold, speak of how you lead the pursuit. What war cry do you shout into the wintry storm?
My war cry is silence. The silence of a fresh snow. The silence of an empty forest. The silence when you stop and look and nothing moves. That is my war cry.
You may make your impressive third cut into your snowflake. Fear, you will speak of the hunt, unceasing. Fear, speak of the human's trail, nearly lost beneath the snow, that you so deftly find. Do they leave behind a path of footprints or something else in their wake?
The footprints are covered already, having been buried in freshly fallen snow already. As this human, their strides growing shorter and more desperate. lead their way through the woods, seemingly in random directions now. The scent, the adrenaline. I can almost hear the pumping of their heart, their rapid breathing. It is the desperation that I follow through Yukiona's forest towards our prey.
Fear, we both know you took help for this success, so please make a small and insignificant cut into your snowflake.
That's subjective.
Truly, unfortunately, we can't pass snowflakes around as the rules state, so you will have to make this cut on Hunger's behalf, since they are the ones that gave you this success. Okay. The blizzard rages on. Everyone may roll again. Half of you are looking for 3s, and half of you are looking for 4s. This hunt ends when every spirit has rolled up to a 6. Hunger, did you roll your 3?
I did not.
Well, everyone else seemed to have rolled their number. Does anyone else have a 3 or an extra 3 that they can offer to Hunger? Both fear and cold. And flame? Well, we will go in order of favor, but Hunger, no, you have a lot of offers to field. In fact, you are welcome to enter into scenes as you like. They don't have to be one-on-one, I've decided. But we will start. Flame, you do come across Hunger in need of a little assistance.
I am still catching this low wind, this friend of mine as we whip through the woods, and I'm gaining. And oh, what have you slowed down on?
I'm enjoying the scenery.
Listen, I know I was a bit harsh earlier, came on a bit strong, and well, it gets boring up here with no one else. Care for a hand?
Does it? Does it, Flame, get boring?
Gets less challenging.
May I interject? Dear Hunger, you know that flame burns for themselves, but you and I, we hunt together. Allow me to offer you pity. Allow me to gift this to you.
Silently, from the tree line, 15-20 yards away. Hunger, you just a tickle of sweetness on the tip of your tongue. Just that first little taste. Something to cleanse the palate. You know, an amuse-bouche, so to speak. You know that fear is somewhere nearby with whatever it is that you need to make it further in this hunt.
I think a challenge is an excellent idea, Flame. And what would be more of a challenge to you than if I were to reject your pity and instead take the help of my kind, helpful companion Cold?
Suit yourself. At least you'll have each other.
A gift
Hunger.
then for you, Hunger. And I will accept a gift in return.
And what gift do you seek?
You have greater favor than I, and I would like it, please.
All right. Maybe a challenge is what I need to motivate me. I think I've become too comfortable here.
I will keep
Hunger.
it warm for you.
Hunger and cold. You have the second favor and the third favor, respectively. I'm going to need you to swap tokens. But hunger, you did get your 3, so you may mark that as well.
And I mark pity as well.
You may mark 1 pity, yes, for accepting it. That was an incredible dice roll, and I'm very happy about it. Flame.
Also, hunger did give fear a knowing glance.
So there were some conspiratorial glances exchanged.
First hit's free.
Flame. You will speak of the hunt, unceasing. Flame, speak of a treasure that the human has lost in their journey, but that you have found.
I have found a temporary lodging. I have found something like a base, something covered by storm, something that was comfort and safe, and it's mine now. And I might reveal it. I think I could use it to my advantage. I think it'll make a nice little lure.
All right. Can you hear me all right? Sorry.
Oh, it just cut out.
Yeah, all my audio crashed. Can I still be heard?
You sound like Minnie Mouse now.
Oh no! I'm gonna switch to my AirPods for now, and I'll fix it when I'm not talking.
Okay.
Every error message just came up on my screen. I'll deal with that in a moment.
The live AP, baby.
Yeah.
Serves me
We're
right.
real
for using a
streamers.
fancy microphone.
Profesh.
Oh man, well, hunger. I'm gonna take this out on you. You did not do this of your own skill. This was offered to you. So you will speak of the hunt unceasing. Hunger, speak of how you are nearly left behind by the other spirits. Do they distrust you? Do they fear you? Or do they mock you in their victory?
I think there's a slight sense of mockery and maybe a slight sense of concern. Not quite fear, but maybe a concern.
All right. Both to go back quickly, Flame, you may make your 3rd impressive cut into your snowflake if you have not already, but Hunger, you may make an insignificant and forgettable cut into yours, having not achieved this of your own ability. Cold. You have rolled your 4, so you will speak of the human lost. Cold, speak of how the wind cuts like knives through them, and how feebly they attempt to resist its embrace.
My dearest friend, between the trees, rushes, and sometimes it flirts. Gentle tickles on their neck, on their face, on their lips. Other times creating dustings of icicles on their eyelashes. And other times finding all the nooks and crannies in their clothes, their boots, their jackets, creeping in where they'd hoped to protect, and soon enough, deep into their bones until they cannot move another inch.
Excellent. You may make a significant and impressive cut into your snowflake. Do I still sound like Mickey Mouse? We're not using the mic. The mic is in timeout. We're not using the mic. Fear. You will speak of the human lost. Fear, speak of what is waiting for them at home and how they feel it slipping away.
The human, just a few paces ahead now. This morning left a small but comfortable cabin just on the edge of the nearby settlement. After sending the children off to school and wishing not only his wife, but also his sister and their elderly mother a good day, set off into the woods for what he thought would be a routine foraging and hunting journey. And as the chill begins to set into his bones and the Mistress Cold does their work, the warmth of that familial embrace finally starts to bleed from him into the very air of the forest, and you can see it happening. And with it, a spike of that sickly sweet fear goes pulsing through their body. As you see that last shred of comfort, that last bit of who they were before they entered these woods, just evaporating like breath on a cold winter's day.
Fear, you may make an impressive cut into your snowflake. And the blizzard rages on. You may roll again. Let's see here. Hunger and Flame, you seem to have rolled your 4s. Did Cold and Fear, did either of you roll your 5s? Do we have any 5s to offer? Oh, well, you do not get a chance at pity then. We'll simply move on from you for now. But, Flame, you will speak of the human, lost. Flame, speak of the fire they try and failed to build. Does the kindling crumble? Are the flames ripped away by winter winds? Speak of how the fire dies.
The fire started so well. Everything went to plan, every bit of knowledge, every piece of equipment, every morsel of survival knowledge the human had went according to plan until it didn't, until the woods started smoking, until it just started cracking apart. The inside was hollow the whole time. It was just the outside that burnt away. There was nothing of substance on the inside. He cut down a hollow log, and it was just a pile of ash within minutes of his success.
Flame, you may make an impressive cut from your snowflake. Hunger, you will also speak of the human, lost. Hunger, speak of the hollow ache within their stomach. What do they remember of their last meal?
They remember their last meal of potatoes, meat, vegetables, warm, fresh bread. And the more they think about that last warm meal, the more that hunger pain deepens and intensifies for them. It motivates me further.
You also may make your 4th impressive cut into your snowflake. And the blizzard rages on. All of you are rolling 2 dice, looking for a 5. Each dice the spirit set aside is no longer able to be rolled, so the pool has been getting smaller and the dice have been getting harder to roll. But it looks like fear did roll the die required. Anyone else? Fear, do you have an extra 5 to offer? Oh, hunger also rolled a 5. Excellent. Cold and flame falling behind. Well,
I have a 5 to offer.
you rolled 2 5s?
I rolled 2 5s and a 2.
Excellent.
My 1 dropped.
Now, hunger, you have 1 5 to offer, and both flame and cold do not have a 5 that they rolled themselves. Who would you like to offer pity to? If it's rejected, you can offer it to the other one, but who would you like to offer pity to first?
Well, my companion, Cold, of course.
I did give you a gift before. It is only right. And I would be most appreciative.
And I would gladly send help your way.
Seems that pity was accepted. Cold, you may mark your 5 as if you have rolled it yourself. Hunger, would you like to swap tokens of favor? As you are 3rd favorite, and Cold is now 2nd favorite.
I think that Hunger kind of ponders on it for a moment, at first kind of wanting to take back the favor, but their interest seems to lie elsewhere, so they'll stick with their moderate disfavor and let Cold enjoy that higher favor from the Yukiona.
Excellent. Cold, and you did take a mark of pity. Excellent. Let's see here. Hunger, you will speak of your prey, surrounded. Hunger, speak of how the blizzard itself responds as you near your quarry. Does the storm fall silent, or does it grow even more wild with your approach?
The storm grows ever more wild. The sounds that the wind makes, almost like the growl of a hungry beast as I approach the prey. The snow swirling and almost as if it's nipping at our prey.
You may make your 5th impressive cut into your snowflake. Cold, you did technically get your 5. So Cold, speak of the blades you unsheathe. Does the human catch a glimpse of them through the trees? Do they fear death? Do they fear you?
The human catches glimpses in those same gifts I have left for the trees and the bushes and the flowers, the glitter of icicles and snow. They fear death, but slowly they are getting very, very tired, and the warm embrace of the snow is beginning to look that much more welcoming against the coming storm.
Cold, this was not your achievement alone to boast, so you do make a small and insignificant cut onto your snowflake. Fear, you will also speak of the prey, surrounded. Fear, speak of what you whisper to your prey. Do you tell them truths, mock them with taunts, or make wicked promises?
I walk beside them in the deepening snow, whispering what ifs, asking, can I feel my toes still? Why does it feel warmer than it did a moment ago? And with each whisper, another hair on the back of the prey's neck stands on end. their blood turning cold. Not just because of the temperature, growing heavy and solid in their veins.
Fear, you may make an impressive cut into your snowflake. And the blizzard rages on. 3 of you are rolling 1 die looking for a 6. Only Flame is rolling 2 dice looking for a 5. Did anyone roll their 6? Flame, you did roll your 5. Was your other die a 6 that you could offer?
It was not.
Unfortunate.
I get to change my audio input a 3rd time. My computer hates me.
It's okay, we love you.
Do let me know if you can no longer hear me for any reason, but it looks like only Flame succeeded here and no pity can be offered. So, Flame, you will speak alone of your prey, surrounded. Flame, for a moment, you feel pity for the human, so easily and foolishly trapped. Speak of what you see in them that summons forth a pathetic sympathy. Do they beg or weep? Do you know them?
For a moment, I think I do. And as I see the prey reach for me, it calls something I can't make out until it gets closer within crying distance. It sounds like home, and I realize it thinks it sees hope. And it thinks it sees protection. And I remember, I think sometimes I am that, but I don't think it's what I can offer this prey tonight. But for a moment, I feel moved, or as close as I can.
Flame, you may make an impressive cut into your snowflake. And the blizzard rages on. All 4 of you are rolling 1 6-sided die looking for a 6. Did anyone achieve it? Fear. Quite surprising. Did anyone else? Well, if all 4 of you didn't, there will be consequences, so luckily Fear is holding it up right now. Fear, you will speak of your victory, certain. Fear, speak of the last hope you dangle in front of the human. What illusion of safety do you weave?
For just a moment, the howling winds settle very briefly. And it's as if the whole forest lets out a sigh of relief. The trees still. And in that moment of silence, there's comfort and the supposed knowledge that the storm had passed, that now a clear path could be made out of this wretched wood. But the storm was only catching its breath. And as the prey lifts his face to see the clearest path forward, the wind kicks back up, stealing the air from his very lungs. And I sit, know that he's weighed down by that fear, and wait for my siblings to come and finish this job.
You may make your final impressive cut into the snowflake, and from this point forward, you may roll 1d6 during the normal time for rolling, only to be offered as pity to your other spirits. But you are the first to succeed. The blizzard rages on. Everyone may make their roll. Did anyone get to the 6 they were looking for? 2 of you. Well, Fear, did you happen to roll a 6 that could be offered as pity?
I did indeed.
You did. Well, the hunt could be over right now if that's accepted. So, Fear, how do you... First, Fear, do you offer it?
Oh, yes. Hunger. Why do you linger?
I've just had, my mind has been a bit cloudy.
We have a job to do. Well, it's just the 2 of us. May I ask you something?
For sure.
Was it you who told Yukiona?
Was it me who told Yukiona?
Did you tell her? The mortal I let go. The one whose fear tasted so good I couldn't wait for another taste. Did you tell her that I let it go?
Well, as you said earlier, I'm honest, and so I'm going to be honest with you, Fear. It was me who let her know.
Then you deserve my pity, and you deserve her disfavor.
That I do.
Hunger, you have accepted pity. You may mark the 6 as if you have rolled it yourself. Fear, would you like to swap tokens of favor?
Heck yes, I do.
You are now 3rd favored, and Hunger is the least favored. We have prompts. Flame, you will speak of your victory, certain. Flame, speak of why the human stumbles and falls.
My sympathy was passing because as quickly as it came and as tied to this source as I did for a moment, it stumbles and it's clumsy and it's hopeless and it's a little bit pathetic. And honestly, I'd really just like to get this over for Yukiona. And so the sympathy is fleeting, and I see that it's just a source, as it thinks of me as home, realizes it's not, and it's just another day gone.
Flame, you may make your final impressive cut into your snowflake. Hunger, you will speak of the victory, certain. Hunger, speak of the snow's embrace, how your prey struggles to stand, but knows they may never stand again.
Well, it is a victory indeed. It is somewhat bittersweet for Hunger, although in a sense they feel satisfied with the result of things as they accept the fairness of the fate of this hunt.
Hunger, this success was made possible through fear and is not entirely your own, so you may make a small and forgettable cut into your snowflake. Cold, repeat after me, And so the human was captured.
And so the human was captured.
And we move into the final part of this game. You did succeed in this hunt. You were successful despite your personal views on each other. You worked together just enough to make this hunt a success. And in the case of a success, Yuki Onna looks most fondly on those who took the least amount of pity. And therefore, those who took the most amount will speak first as I ask you 4 final questions about the aftermath of this capture. We'll start with you, Hunger. As the first to speak, you will speak of the human captured. Hunger, speak of the fondest treasure they carried. Who gave it to them? And speak of how you present it to Yuki Onna.
Question, if it's okay to confirm before I give my really potentially good answer. It was unclear, like it was a open to whether Flame knew this individual or not, or was it denied or confirmed? Or was neither denied or confirmed?
Flame, did you know them?
I recognized something familiar in them, but I did not know them personally, no.
Okay, thank you, sorry.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Sure.
Speak of the fondest treasure they carried. Who gave it to them? And speak of how you present it to Yuki Onna.
So, the fondest treasure that they carried upon them was a locket that has a picture of a family within it, likely their own family. And I kind of open it and like showingly like allowing everyone to see, almost as if like proud of what I found, present it to Yuki Onna.
Excellent. Because the hunt was a success, you do not need to destroy your snowflake on camera as punishment, which is excellent. So if you could unfold your snowflake for all, chat included, to see as your reward for succeeding the hunt. The big reveal.
The big reveal. What?
Oh, is it getting green screened?
Wabow.
I like it. It's very pretty.
Thank you. A lot of insignificant cuts there.
The next to speak, as there is a tie in pity between cold and fear, is determined by favor, and as fear is more disfavored than cold, fear, you will speak second. If you are second, you will speak of the hunt, victorious. Fear, speak of your quarry's final plea to the spirits. Which of the spirits finally silenced the human's pathetic groveling?
Like so many in Yuki Onna's forest, with the swiftness of we 4 spirits, he begged, he pleaded, with Yuki Onna herself, no less, to spare him, to think of his family, to think of those who needed him, and how they'd be lost without him. And as his poisonous tongue went to speak their names in her holy place, I reached down his throat and I stole his voice.
Fear, you may now reveal your snowflake for all to see. I am curious and worried to see what the final product looks like.
This is it. This is it.
Guys, I was really like all in on the art of this. Hold on, it's gonna take some effort to unfold this gracefully.
You're good. I started with triangles, and then you mentioned that you had some cool shapes, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get me some of those.
I saw like a handful of really intricate shapes in yours.
Yeah.
Some late game additions.
Yeah.
That's
what
beautiful.
the heck?
You can hardly notice the
That's
the
beautiful.
theme.
This is art.
Excuse me.
Every cut was wiener shaped.
Diana had a mission, a side quest, if you will, that she made us aware of before we went live, and it seems she has succeeded.
No, it looks great though. What the hell?
The symmetry is just fucking wild.
If you don't frame this, Diana D'Amico, I will be upset.
I'm not framing a snowflake made of wieners. I'm not doing it.
Put it on the fridge. right?
Moving on. Cold, you are the third to speak. You will speak of Yuki Ona's favor. Generous. Cold, speak of the comfort Yuki Ona offers to the spirits. Does she grant her merciless hunters warmth by her hearth, or does she permit shelter in her embrace?
Our Lady feeds the cold with her embrace. She is jealous with the embrace of flame, and so only permits one, her most favored, to enjoy true warmth. But her embrace is indeed the preferred, if not the most fulfilling.
Cold, you may unfold your snowflake for all to see.
Pretty.
That's very pretty.
Oh,
Ooh, it's
very
two colored.
Oh, whoa,
Red.
different colors. That's sick. I like that.
All right.
Yours looks so good. I'm all looking at mine like.
No, mine's upsetting.
But flame. That's flame we're talking about.
Finally, if you are the last to speak, you will speak of the gift given to you and you alone. Flame, speak of the tokens of affection Yuki Ona grants you. Does she return your heart? Does she fill your thoughts with precious things? What act of love does she offer to quench your unending obsession?
She offers me my heart back, but I think I want her to keep it. I like being in her pocket. I like being close to hers. I ask for something instead, and I'd like an extension on my current living situation. I'd like to move in to somewhere a little bit cozier inside, out of the hallway, away from, runners up. And
Your own special place away from everyone else.
I'd like my own little apartment by the bedside in a candle frame.
Flame, as you are the last to receive your gift, you will be the last to unfold your snowflake for all to see.
Am I gonna rip it? Am I gonna rip it?
You got this. You got this.
It's a little Kafka-esque.
Oh,
Beautiful.
That's cool.
I like it.
I can see a little like bear face in there, or like a goat.
Yeah, like a dragon.
Ooh.
It's like
I'm seeing beetle. I'm getting beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
see the
think
dragon
nice,
face. I
nice.
totally see a dragon face. There it is. There we go.
Mhm.
I see worried goat
Love
still, so I'm gonna go with
Worried
your
goat.
guys' answers.
I like worried goats better.
I also see the worried goat, and I kind of see a wolf. Like,
This is its
Mm.
own ink blot test for you all.
it really
Oh,
is.
and there's a
says
goblin. See,
more
this
about
is great.
you than it does about me.
Thank you all so much for playing To Serve Her Wintry Hunger with me. Winter spirits, could you please tell us all are, oh, excuse me, I can't even read. Can you please tell us who you are and where we can find you? Let's go in order of new favors since you have earned it. With Flame still on top, Liz, please tell us who you are and where we can find you.
Hey, I've been Liz. You can find me as the Mulan Rogue anywhere you consume media. Thank you so much to Paula, Girls Runs These Worlds, this amazing cast, and Stephen Dewey for this awesome game. Stay safe if you are getting harsh weather where you are. Thanks.
All right, that moves us on to Cold. Who are you and where can we find you?
Indeed. Hello, everyone. My name is Farah Sarpkaya, and you can find me on all of the social medias as @Farah as well as Crossroad Games, and later next week, I think, on Lost Caravan and a sundry of other places. But Farah on all of the socials.
Excellent. Fear. Who are you and where can we find you?
Geez. I'm Diana D'Amico. You can find me on Twitter @DamicoDiana, and then on Hive @Diana D'Amico. I just had to make it impossible for you. That's my job, apparently. I'm one half of Bard and Barbarian, so you can catch me doing stuff over there. I don't have a lot going on in the way of shows right now, but towards the beginning of next year, you can keep an eye out for more news on season 3 of The Nightlife, as well as season 2 of Day Shift, are Vampire the Masquerade and Hunter the Reckoning stories set in sunny Miami.
And last, and unfortunately least, Hunger. Who are you and where can we find you?
Hello, everyone. I am Momo, and you can find me over on Twitter @Minstrel's Tale and here on Twitch @Minstrel's Tale. I'm an Indigenous Chickasaw and Japanese content creator. I do a lot of tabletop games. I do some work with tabletop games and also stream variety video games. You can also check me out and my fellow Indigenous content creators with the 4 Directions. That is the stream team that I'm a part of. So yeah, give us a follow on over there and see what we got going on. And thank you, girls who run these worlds, and all you lovely players. Like, seriously, this was amazing. You're all fantastic.
And I am Paula. You can find me on Twitter @ArtAndAudio. I'm an indie game master with a specialty in safety and communication at the table, and I love horror games. I don't have any immediate upcoming projects, but this summer I'll be appearing in Villains, a Vampire the Masquerade anthology series on Carrying Comfort Studios, which Diana also is in. But that's all I have for current upcoming streams, so you're welcome to reach out if you want a strange indie game that you've never heard of getting run for cool people.
Do it. Paula is amazing. She's introduced me to so many cool things, including To Serve Her Wintry Hunger. This was my second time playing it with her facilitating. Don't sleep on Paula.
Yeah, this was awesome. Seriously, thank you, Paula.
This is rad.
You were an
you.
amazing storyteller facilitator.
I tried my very best. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, spirits, for being tormented for my enjoyment and the enjoyment of the chat. Do subscribe to all the Twitches and YouTubes for Girls Run These Worlds, and do check out the next game in this series, Bluebeard's Bride, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. It looks like we're raiding Lost Caravan. That's the information I was provided. So go check them out, and we'll see you sometime in the winter storms. Goodbye, everyone.